What's up, guys? It's your boy, three-time Men's Physique, Mr. Olympia, Brandon Hendrickson, and today I'm gonna go over my top most underrated muscle groups in men's physique bodybuilding. So this is my top 3 muscle groups that I believe that are most underrated in bodybuilding, men's physique bodybuilding. So the first one, calves. Yes, in men's physique, we wear board shorts, but that's the thing, we wear shorts. So that means your calves are showing. That means you cannot neglect them. Your calves are a very important muscle group when it comes to men's physique bodybuilding. Not only does leg training help with burning the most calories, creating a smaller waist, creating a V-taper, also being able to, one of the muscle groups that you are able to develop natural testosterone, but also with calves, because you can see the calves on stage, you wanna have an overall balance. That is how you separate yourself on stage. I believe my top 3 most underrated muscle groups for men's physique bodybuilding are the muscle groups that are probably the most important, that help separate yourself when it comes to men's physique bodybuilding. Men's physique bodybuilding, there's people, guys with V-tapers, shredded, big, right? How do you separate yourself? It's those little things like the calves, the abs, the traps, the biceps. Those are the things that I wanna go over with you guys that I believe are the most underrated in men's physique bodybuilding. So we're gonna start with calves. Here's what I do for my calf movements. First exercise, standing calf raise. I don't wanna crease my Jordans. So if you guys don't wanna crease your shoes, make sure you take those off. Okay, traditionally, a lot of people would just go through the movement, just bouncing their calves up and down. We wanna get the most out of the set. So we wanna focus on stretching and contracting the muscle, which means you wanna hold at the top, squeeze at the top, 3 to 5 seconds, then bring it to the bottom, stretch 3 to 5 seconds. Do 3 sets of 10 of those. Let's get it. The reason you don't want to just go through the movement, because we walk on our calves every day. So the calves takes a lot of pressure. So in order to develop and grow the calves, you have to put even more pressure on them, which is by stretching and holding at the top and stretching at the bottom. So you want to make sure you're holding and squeezing, contracting at the top, 3 to 5 seconds, then stretching 3 to 5 seconds at the bottom. All right, guys, another underrated muscle group, I believe, in men's physique is abs. Ab conditioning, obviously, the lines in your abs come from the condition, but it's still a muscle, right? So you still have to train it as if it was arms, triceps, chest, back. You still have to train your abs. I train my core 3 to 4 times a week, pretty much like every other day. I do probably 2 exercises, but it's not necessarily what I'm doing, it's how I'm executing the exercise. So one of my favorite exercises for the core is a sit-up or crunch. So the way I'm gonna do these, oh, by the way, this is a big waves waist trimmer. This is gonna help with diet and cardio. This will help get rid of any water retention that you have around the lower abs and the lower back. So I'm gonna take this off now. I usually wear mine during my workout and during cardio. You can get it at BrandonHendricksonBigWaves.com. Go to my Instagram, click the link in my bio, you can find it there. It's a big waves waist trimmer. We don't wanna do this, right? So there's a lot of exercises that people do that are wrong for core. So a lot of people do these like sit-up core, these like side things here. So the core is a muscle. The more you train that muscle group, the more it's gonna grow. So if you train the side, your waist, it's gonna grow. And we don't want that. We wanna keep this as limited, as minimal as possible, as small as possible, the waist, and keep everything bigger while keeping the waist small. So in order to do that, you wanna keep everything in front of you or to the angle. You don't wanna go all the way to the side. So for this specific exercise, for a crunch, you don't wanna come all the way up and go to the side, because that's gonna hit the side of the waist. What you wanna do for these is, as you're coming in, keep the elbow inside the knee. The elbow inside the knee. And it's a slight twist. Another ab exercise I do is a scissor kick. So you wanna keep your butt down, hands down, lift your legs here, and we're just gonna kick inside and out, up and down. We're gonna do about 20 of those, each leg. Whew. Whenever you get fatigued, your abs feel like they need a rest, flip over and give them a stretch right here. Keep your hips to the ground, lift your chest up. Another one of my favorite, core, I got a cramp. All right, another one of my favorite ab exercises is almost like a scissor kick with a crunch. So I'm gonna go my knee to elbow here. So I'll do about 2 sets of 20 for those. And lastly, one of my favorite exercises is the leg kicks. So we'll go over here on this Bosu ball pad here. All right, guys, this is the leg kick. Another one of my favorite ab exercises. If you don't have this at home, you can do a hanging leg raise. So just hang yourself off a bar, or lat pull down bar. And all you're gonna do is kick up. All right, so those are 3 basic exercises for the core. You got your men's physique guys, anyone that's competing, make sure you focus on that core. That is the first thing. As soon as you step on stage, that's the first thing the judges look at. What is the conditioning? How is the core development? That is gonna determine who ate that cookie, who was consistent during their prep. That core, the strength and the condition of the core is gonna determine who worked the hardest. So make sure you guys are using that muscle wisely, developing it as if it's another muscle group in the body, training it 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure you're doing your diet, doing your cardio, and making sure you cop your big waves waist trimmer. All right, guys, another great calf exercise, seated calf raise. Men's physique guys, do not neglect your calves. I promise you, it's gonna be the muscle group that separates yourself from everybody. We all have great genetics, great V-taper, abs, back. How do you separate yourself? That's the overall physique. That's how you win shows, having an overall physique, and that's with the calf. So another great calf movement, seated calf raises. Check it out. Same thing, you guys. Stretch and squeeze. Big stretch, big squeeze. You gotta put pressure on them calves. 3 to 5 seconds. Then we're gonna stretch down, lift back up, squeeze, hold, stretch them out, lift back up, squeeze, hold. Yeah, so feel that pressure. Stretch it out. One more time, squeeze, hold that pressure, hold that pressure. Yeah, it's gonna burn good though. When you see them calves that look like glutes, as big as triceps, you're doing it right. Hold that squeeze. Hold it and one more stretch, and squeeze at the top. Squeeze. Yes, sir. So I'll do for the seated exercises, I'll do about 3 sets of 10, making sure that I'm holding at the top, contracting my calves, and stretching at the bottom, allowing the blood to come in, right back in. You guys, like I said, do not neglect calves. You men's physique guys is one of the most important muscle groups that are underrated in men's physique division. So you guys, make sure you follow my cues, follow my tips. Let's move it on. All right, guys, another underrated muscle group in men's physique bodybuilding, I believe, are the traps. Why the mid traps are important in the middle back is because as you turn around, yes, we all have a V-taper, right? But what separates yourself is the depth and the thickness and having that 3D look, that illusion that the upper half of the back is coming towards the judges and the lower half of the back and the waist is going back towards the back of the stage. You want to create a very strong V-taper, and that's by developing not only the lats, but also the middle back and the traps. So here's one of my favorite exercises I do to develop my traps and middle back. So traditionally, we do a shoulder shrug forward. What I'm gonna do is bring my shoulder shrugs behind my back. I'm gonna start the bar below my glutes, and as I lift, I'm gonna lift with my elbows. My elbows are gonna be the only thing that pulls the bar up above my glutes, hold and squeeze for the traps. All right, you Men's Physique guys, do not neglect those traps. I know it's a muscle group that a lot of us don't really think about. Like, we always focus on creating that V-taper, creating those strong lats, but also remember you have to create that illusion, that 3D illusion that the back is coming towards the judges and the waist is going back towards the backstage. That's what's gonna create a strong V-taper, have that 3D illusion and that depth in the middle back and upper top of the back. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. These are the most, I believe, the most underrated body parts in men's physique bodybuilding that are trained. You guys, you do not neglect these body parts. These are gonna be the muscle groups that help you separate yourself from the rest of the pack, from the rest of the group. This is how you get that overall win. This is how you win championships. It's by paying attention to those small details, the calves, the abs, lower back, upper back, middle back. All those little things are what's gonna help you develop a champion physique. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We got way more content coming, you guys. 6 more weeks to the Mr. Olympia. Let's go. Big waves. Who ain't working?